Okay, so welcome, Samiya, today on a Sunday. Thank you so much for taking out the time. I know you are very busy, you're occupied with multiple projects, and I would love to have a conversation about that. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting and giving me this opportunity for expressing myself. As there are many people who are like wanted to express themselves, but they are not getting the opportunity. But you have given me a opportunity. I'm thankful for that.
Yes. So we have people who are joining on Instagram. So we let them join in. So if you're here and you can hear us, give us some hearts on Insta, on Facebook, so that we know that we are audible and we would like to also thank you, of course, for being here. Okay, Instagram and Facebook, can you hear us? Can you see us? Okay. Just give us some hearts. Hopefully, technology will be nice to us now. Dhaval is in the room. Okay, so Dhaval, if you can hear us and see us, give us some hearts or give us a thumbs up. I think there might be a time lag, and that's the reason why. Ah, yes, there's the heart. Thank you, Dhaval, or thank you if it was somebody else. Okay, so we're going to get started. I know there have been interruptions, there have been technical issues, but so happy to hear. And people who are on Instagram and Facebook, if you have any questions, anything that you would like to share during the course of the conversation, keep that in the comment section in the chat, and I will be monitoring it from time to time. This is a conversational piece, so we will be having a friendly conversation, but on a lot of very interesting topics, because the stories that Samiya has are definitely inspirational if for everybody and for every age. So before we get started on that, I would like to introduce Samiya to those of you who don't know. So if you're following me for the first time here, or you're here for the first time on Buddhas and Amrits, Buddhas and Amrits is a talk series that I started in 2020. The inspiration for me was that there are a lot of people in our regular life who have these stories of where they are creating the purpose of their life as the passion, or they have made the passion the purpose of their life. They have shown immense amount of courage to be able to have the conviction that this is what they would want to do, that they would want to turn their passion into the mission of their life. And so I wanted to have a platform where I can share the stories of such people and give them a platform, and also expand the stories and share it with as many people, because I feel that each one of us must lift each other. And I do a lot of work with women, and so you will generally see a lot more women guests on Buddhas and Amrits, but that's not a bias, that is by design, because I think women generally don't talk about themselves. They can talk about their spouse, they can talk about their children, but when it comes to talking about themselves, there is usually a hesitation. And I'm hoping, Samiya, that it is different in our conversation today. Not to put you on the spot, or or to give you extra pressure, but knowing what I know of you. So Samiya, for me, is somebody I have known for over 12 years or 13 years now. 15 years?
Yes.
Wow, okay, 15 years. I can't believe it's been 15 years. And I still remember what I remember about her when I first met her was her smile, and she was always smiling. Now, there were two things that behind the smile that I felt, but I discovered much more about it. One was I felt there was a naughtiness or cheekiness behind that smile, and the second was no matter what you would give her. So Samia and I worked together, and she was one of our first recruits in my first entrepreneurship venture. And so anything that we would give to Samya, or she would just pick it up and run with it. She would There was never an, I don't think she has no in her dictionary, by the way. And even if she didn't know, she said, don't worry, I will figure it out. And I think that that's also reassurance when you are an entrepreneur, you're a first time entrepreneur. It is also a reassurance that okay, somebody else is willing to figure it out, and willing to look at what can be done. And so that that was the spirit that I loved, and I'm sure all of us love about her. But those were the two things behind her twinkling eyes and her smile that I realized. And of course, over the last 15 years, we've become friends. There was an interview. In fact, she was one of the first. Buddhas in Our Midst was supposed to be a YouTube talk series, and she was the first one I interviewed, but it didn't take off. And I still have the recording, so there will be. I'll probably upload it on the YouTube channel so that you can see that. But today, Samya has grown so much in the last 15 years. There is so much that she has transformed in herself, in her world, in the world around us, around her. And she is now, and she's had multiple ventures, and we'll talk about all of those. But to give a introduction about what she has been up to over the past couple of a decade, 15 years. So Samya is now the co-director of Unique Dents, of co-director of Unique Dents and the Unique Charitable Dental Centers that does a lot of work with the underprivileged people across India. And she's also the marketing head of the global business. She does not have any formal business background, and didn't have any mentors, and so she literally figured it all by herself and started from ground zero. And she has challenged the industry, which is the dental industry of manufacturing. I don't know, are there any women that you've come across when you started, Samya?
No, when we have started, there were just like very aged, like old peoples in the industries. We were among the very few, two, three companies who were having a young guys, and that to the females.
Yeah. So you not only challenge the gender norm, you challenge the age norm that was there, right? And that is Samya for you. She is also a trained NLP coach. She's an NLP practitioner. She's also a certified life coach. And by Harv Eker, who is a world famous, author and inspiration. She has been now part of the seventh cohort of the Goldman Sachs IIM Bangalore 10K Women Program. So Samya, big welcome. I wish I could hug you and welcome you, but welcome. Thank you so much once again for being here and being part of this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So my first question, Samya, to you is, as we were speaking just before this, there have been you've seen different worlds, from your first job to doing another job, and then becoming an entrepreneur and becoming a serial entrepreneur. And one of the things that I was talking to you about, is that patriarchy is real. I have grown up in it. The background that I come from, it exists very strongly. And so my question, I want you to share your story about, when you ventured into this industry, where you really challenged the gender norms as well as the age norms. What how many ventures did you start with? In fact, let's start with that. Business
Uh,
ventures.
Yeah, so actually, when we have started, like as we were very young, like me and my husband, we have together we have started. As you have said, not to talk more about the spouse, but as we have started together, so it was a journey like we have done. So since last 12 years, we are into the business. We started in 2010. So, when we have started in dental industry, there were like all old guys, like there were no young people. And for the female, being a female, it was a big challenge because whenever I used to get some information, or get like as being in the industry, whenever there is a need of any quotations or something, so people used to treat me as a yeah, she might be just inquiring or she might be looking for the retail. So I never used to get a proper rates for anything. So everyone was used to take me granted. Like being a female, they used to think she's just inquiring or she's just a retail customer. So many times I fought even like on the to the people like you just like they are just used to say can you be when male is inquiring, then they are serious about the inquiry. But when female is inquiring, so they think it as a just a time pass. So many times I fought also to many people, so to take me seriously. So about the ventures, like we have like tried many things in past 12 years. We have started many companies actually. So when we have started our journey, first was our dental center. So that is Unique Charitable Dental Centers. After that, we have started Unique Dent Solutions Private Limited. So we have totally started around, I have a list when you have asked me this question. So we have done around 10 ventures. So it was like 10 different companies we have done. So out of those, as we were working on a funda, like a formula that out of 10, one will be give us the success, and that will cover the cost of whole 10. So that was in our mind that we should not be scared of getting failed. So we have done a lot of hard work. Like whenever there is a failure, we used to learn from it and start all over again. So Unique Dent Solutions Private Limited was like in 2010. It was a very small child, which was like taking a lot of our time, money, efforts. But we have not. We have taken a patience. And after that, also we have started many things. We have even entered into the boutique, cloth boutiques, and centers. We have started 6 centers. So out of that, 5 are running successfully till now and giving us a very good revenue. Apart from that, we have done a 6 different project. Unique Dent Solution Private Limited is one of the project out of those 6.
Yeah.
So out of those, 2 are running successfully till now. 2 have stopped, but we have learned a lot. We have learned from our mistakes, and 2 are due to COVID. It's temporary stop. So like this is what we have done in last 12 years. So my funda of like opening a company, closing a company, or restarting another company is I learned from my mentor Namrata that we should not be scared of like leaving behind the companies or restarting something new. So this is how like we have learned from the company we have stopped and started new again. So this is what.
Yeah, and I think there's a very good insight into how you. I think it was also calculated risk in some ways, because to be able to start 15 ventures or 10 ventures, and even in the dental centers, multiple of them, and it requires a lot of courage, because there is time management. There is a reality called time management as well, right? And so, was it do you think it was planned? It was something that you had planned? I know you did mention that that is what you thought, but was it also that there was an opportunity, so let me seize that opportunity, let us not lose an opportunity to look at what might be needed?
Yes, like the starting of venture itself is a like grabbing opportunity. So whenever we see the opportunity, we like first think like first, yeah, it's always a calculated risk. We never jump directly on anything like we just have to do it anyhow. So it's always a calculated risk. But yes, my personal opinion is like whenever there is an opportunity, we should not leave it as it is. Like we are not like ready for it, or we are not like we have this thing or that thing. There are always things line up in our life, but whenever there is opportunity, we should grab it. So because of grabbing this opportunity, only we have able to do these 10 ventures. So out of those, like as we have projected, okay, one or two will give us success. But yeah, we have got a success in around out of 6 center to 5 center, we have got a very good success. So this is what grabbing opportunity means.
Absolutely. And um, I think one, if I were to, and what you mentioned was very interesting, that when you would go and meet people and how, what people's reactions were, right? So if I were to ask you that, what are the three qualities that you probably had as a individual, as a woman, that helped you to, come up with ideas and not, not, give up on these opportunities. So any three qualities that you as a woman had, or maybe you didn't know you had, but you kind of, said, oh, let me do this. So
Yeah,
like one of the, yeah.
developed over a year. So yeah, for the women's, like not only about me, for every woman, every female, I think we have these qualities inbuilt in us. God had given us this quality, which I will first give you the points and I will explain you how these qualities are inbuilt in us. One, what I think is a multitasking. A female are a very good multitasker. So that makes them a very good businesswoman. Second thing is patience. We have a lot of patience because we go through, like in our life, whether we are working or non-working, we go through many different ups and downs in our life. Like marriage is a one big patience thing what we have gone through. Then third is like we are very firm, or we in Hindi we can say ziddi. Females are
Mm,
very like stubborn in a positive part, I'm saying. So this is a one quality females are having. So you have asked for three, but I have four things which a female should have, and for being a very good businesswoman. So one is a multitasking, which we already have: patience, a firmness, and a learning is something many people are missing. So, being a multitasker, like we can say, like we manage a house and office very well. That is a one part of it. But for me, being a multitasker means many things. Like there is a like I have seen a photo of Durga, right? A lot of hands with a different things in hand. So this is what actually a female is. So in one hand
yeah.
we have a family, one hand we have a office, one hand we have a like kids. Family is one part. Kids is itself is a whole a different part. Kids
Yeah.
education is a different part. Then relatives is a different part. In-laws are a different part. So there are many things we have to manage. Then our own education. Then we have a religion. Like every religion, females are very much religious. Whatever
Yeah.
religion they are following. So that also have a different part. And a social work. Like we are very social. Females are personally, I think they give a lot of time to the society. So they are very social. So that is a society is a different part. And these all things we have to manage. So for me personally, I have taken this all aspect of my life as a my team. They are my team. So
Mm,
everyone is my team. My family is my team. My kids are my team. My friends are my team. So, like, if we are a working female and if we think nee, we are very busy, we don't have time for religion, we don't have time for society, we don't have time for family functions, we don't attend any weddings, we don't attend anyone's funeral, we don't visit in any good or bad of people. So we are very much like we are though we are doing progress in our business life, but we are cutting off our own way of like progress. How? Like if we are
Mm,
not giving respect to others, so when we need people, they will not come for us. So for me,
mm,
I am always there for everyone. I divide my time for everyone. And but when I need, so there are a lot of people to help me out. So being a female, we have to be very social with family, with kids, with society, with friends. So because we need them. So if tomorrow
mm.
I have to go somewhere, I don't have to worry about my kids. There are so many people to stand that we will take care of your kids. You go. So if I
Yeah,
think I'm a businesswoman, I have to like very much busy with my schedule. Kids will be taken care by the daycare centers and all. So I'm
yeah.
cutting off my progress. So one of the
Mm,
biggest reason of my progress is manage multitasking with all these aspect of my life. So my
mm,
family is also a same priority. My religion is also having a same priority. My society is having a same priority. If friend need my time, I have to give them time. I will not say, no, I'm very
mm,
busy for whole month. I can't give you time. No, I will reschedule my meetings and meet the friends because they are the team. Like how we many people actually I have seen they give lot of time to their business and focus on career, and they call themselves as a career oriented person. But if you see,
yes,
there is a
true.
like upper limit for them for growth. One place they will like stop and they will not able to grow because they will be having it's I'm just talking about the females, I'm not talking about the males because they have a
Mm,
complete different story. So for females there is
right.
a one level where they achieve and afterwards they will be having a like if you ask them why they are not able to cross that level, so they will be giving
Mm,
you a lot of excuses that my child is into the 10th standard, or I have a maid issue or any XYZ
yeah,
issue.
or my
I,
baby is just 2 years old, or
yeah,
four
my
years
baby is
old, or
very young.
7. Yeah.
I, for me, like child is never an issue. Like I have traveled
Mm,
with my, I have worked till my 8th month of pregnancy. I have traveled with my 2 months of baby internationally. I have attended the exhibitions with my 3-year-old
wow.
baby girl. So, sorry, 3-month-old baby girl, not year, 3-month-old baby girl.
Mm,
I have attended the
wow.
exhibition in Germany, that too in many like high temperature. So for me,
Oh,
kids are not at all an obstacle. They are the team. We have to work them.
yeah,
Like for a working female, you have to see everyone as your team. So you have to take care
yeah,
of your team. That
yeah.
if you are living isolated, then you have business and you will be getting a one upper limit. After that, you will not get any uh,
Mm.
progress or growth. So this
Mm.
is what.
That
Second thing,
this is something, yeah. This is, I want to just stay on this for a bit. Something that you said very interesting, right? That all of these people are your team, and just like you would take care of your team in in professionally as well. So whether you said your neighbors or your people in your social life, your friends, your uncles, aunts, relatives, because in India, we all of us have like a huge circle of relatives and relations, and even children and spouse and in-laws, um, because maybe it's the way that we now have, of course, a lot more examples. But I think even when I was growing up, and even till very very recently, we haven't, many girls have not necessarily seen their mothers working, or they've seen them, okay, teacher, because the teacher's job is just for a few hours, and she'll come back home, and typically the mother would join the same school as the child, right?
yes,
Because so that she can, there isn't too much time away from the child, and or she would take a break. Even now, I've worked in the corporate sector for so many years in HR, and a lot of women do take that break either after the first child or second child, or even after they have grown up, because they feel, I want to spend time with my children. Now, of course, if it is a personal choice, that is fine. But uh, I think sometimes many organizations, or even as people, right? If in a team of 10 people there are 3 women, a lot of times the women even in the best of organizations I've seen, they might be made, feel guilty that, okay, will you be able to work? Will you be able to do this project? It's very taxing. Or will you be able to travel? And recently, I want to mention this. I was part of an interview process, and I'm in Gurgaon currently, and I haven't been in this part of the country for 15 years. And even now, there was this question asked: Are you married? And I was wondering, in today's day and age, we're in 2022, are you even allowed to ask that question?
To ask.
Will you ask a question to the man that, are you married? And it just and I wanted to tell the person that you are not allowed, you're not supposed to ask that question. Where are you coming from? But and it did rile me up, believe me, it riled me up for 2 days. And I think I was just so upset with, and there were a couple of other things that happened. And I said, how can we be asking such things just because it is a woman candidate?
Right.
We will not ask the same questions to a male candidate. And and I think that's why we need so many more examples. And that has been one of my perseverance and pursuit. In fact, I actually pursued to have a lot more stories of women to be out there. And I love the idea that you call them team, and you don't say, oh, I have to take care of them, or I have to agree to what my neighbors are saying, my relatives and everybody. I love that you gave the twist, a positive twist, that they are your team and they are going to help you. You have
Yes.
to maintain all this relationship. Because the other thing that happens, the moment you hear, and I'm not sure if there are people here who might be feeling that, but another thing that might happen when somebody says this, the woman might get overwhelmed, that, oh my god, am I the only one who has to manage these relationships and so many of them?
Yes.
So was there a time in, I know that of course you looked at them as your team, but was there a time that you might have felt overwhelmed by, okay, I have to do this, and or rather, let me ask it differently. For women who might want to contribute, because a lot more women also want to, the reason they want to grow their business, the reason they want to be successful is to be an example that, as a woman, you can do this, you can be a good mother, and you can be a great entrepreneur as well. So for women who might have moments of that overwhelm, would you like to share something from your life, or any tips that that would be helpful for them?
See, like as I said, like for me, like family was never a problem. So when starting a business, like for a female, or uh, getting into the marriage or something in between the career. So
Yeah.
yes, there is a like, or a child, like especially a child, like when you are in peak of your career, and like as everyone demands a child from the female. So whenever
Yeah.
there is such questions arise in any female's mind, like, oh my God, I have to now take care of so many things, like how I'll manage. So for them, like I personally, because see, I'm also female, this question was there in my mind also when I have started. When we have just started the company, like in
Mm.
2009 we have started, and 10 I was having my first pregnancy. So yes,
Yeah.
it was a question in front of me also, like we have just started, and now like how we will be doing. So our business was like completely down when I was going through that phase of pregnancy, and after pregnancy, 6 months to 1 year. So 1 year, one complete 1 year, our Unique Dents Solution Private Limited was shut because it's just
Mm.
started and it was a startup and I was not there. So
Yeah.
yes, these problems do come, but we can't deny the truth that we have a family. We can't deny the
Mm.
truth that there is a like we have to continue the family. We have to be a mother. So that is there. Like family is there. You can't say, okay, I want to be a like successful business person, so I don't want anyone. I will live alone, or I will like we
Yeah.
have a mother, we have a father, we have a child, we have a relatives, we have a chacha chati, dada dadi, nana nani, so many people
Yeah.
surround us, and we are
Yeah.
living in an Indian society. We are not people like we don't we live isolated. We are a social people. Indian people are very
Yeah.
emotional and social. So we
Yeah.
somehow we have to deal with all these relations. So being a female, we should make our mind first that this would be there. And whatever we say,
Mm.
Bhavna, like we say this is a male dominated world, or we don't ask these questions to male. Yeah, that is there. We don't ask, but we have to understand that thing, that being a female, we have to cope up with those things, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it to go
Mm.
in functions or not, we have to go being a like a bahu of a family, or like that relations we have to maintain. So whether you
Mm.
like it or not, you have to do it. So better you like it and do it happily.
Mm.
That is what I personally think. So, intelligent female would be that who accept it. See, whenever there is thing we are not accepting and doing, so that is more difficult to follow. So, better
Yeah.
is we should accept it, be aware about it, and then follow it, and manage your things accordingly. That this is a part of my life. So when you sort these things out, it would be very easy for you to follow. So divide your
Mm.
time accordingly. That is what actually I have given that 4 points, like what a female should do. So one is learning. So learning, when you learn about these things, if you don't know something, you should learn. So
Yeah.
many people they stuck because they don't learn. Like education is the school education or the college education, whatever we have done. So it's not enough for us to continue our life. So we should
Yeah.
understand that there are like for going forward, we have to learn many things. Even now, there are so many things. Even how to live life, how to manage things, how to manage family life and the office life, like your professional life. There are many
Yeah.
things people are teaching, so we should learn from them. So that
Yeah.
is what my funda is. Like we should learn if we don't know and make our life very peaceful and live happily.
Mm.
Don't worry about like
Yeah.
for me, making a career, it doesn't mean like we should be isolated and don't care about anyone.
Yeah.
The more you
Yeah.
care about other people, the more time you will get for your business. This is what.
Yeah. And what just struck me is, since I do a lot of work with the about the divine feminine, and bringing that feminine balance into our lives. um, the narrative that we've known is, if you have a career, you have to be aggressive, or you have to go all out. We've seen male examples, right? Even if the person comes home, okay, the wife is going to take care of the food and chai and everything and all of that, and you just focus single-mindedly on your career. And we've also seen a lot of women doing that, whether out of choice or that's the only thing that they knew. And I think this is what you just described is actually the way for how a feminine quality will flow. She will, because it is a feminine quality. Women, like you said, do, they are social people. They like to make sure that they are getting along with everybody around them. And once we understand that, that they are like, I love this analogy of that, though everybody around you is actually a team, and they're going to help you in your career. It is not that only my career. So isolation is not the way that a woman works. A woman works in a social setting. A mother does not say, okay, only my child. A mother will be a mother to all children,
Yes,
just automatically. So I think this is one of the what you just described. Whether it is also looking, so one is perseverance, that even if there is a break, like your first company had to be shut down for 1 year, but you restarted it. You didn't give up. You didn't say, oh, I did it and it didn't work or whatever, right? So the perseverance, the desire to keep going, and just looking at, take care, there, maybe it's a break. The break may be for a month, or maybe it might be for a year or 2 years. But it is a career. It does not have to be one set way which is always forward. It can be doing
yes,
different things. And
yes.
I love the fact that also you mentioned that learning is so important. Tosca, thank you for joining on Facebook, and thank you for your love hearts and your likes. If you're here on Instagram or Facebook, we are taking questions, and if you would like to share your story or take questions, or you want to share something, do type them in the comments, and keep sharing your love and your likes so that more people can see this, and we know that you can hear us and hear the conversation. So yeah, so coming back to what you said about learning, lifelong learning, like everything, one is the formal certifications, and you yourself, you have a master's in marketing, you've done, you are a certified life coach, certified NLP life coach, and you've done various other university programs, as well as certifications. So and IMB and ISB have had this specialized program for women. So I wanted to ask you that the cohort that you were part of, the Goldman Sachs cohort, how has that helped you? Um, uh, I think, yeah, of course, there are multiple women who are part of it, but so what made you uh, nominate yourself and apply, because it is through applications, I guess, right, that you apply for the Goldman Sachs I am Bangalore 10K women program. So what made you apply for that, and what was your takeaway from that cohort?
For all the certification, all the courses I have done, given the Goldman Sachs program. So it was for me, this all certificate, as I mentioned, for me, learning is very important. Like in past 10 years, I spent it so many days, so many hours, so many lakhs of rupees, so much traveling I have done for learning. So,
Hmm.
as you said, okay, like I have evolved from like 15 years before what you have seen me, and now after 15 years. So, because every year I have taken a target, like what new I am doing. So, I have learned this thing from my mentor that our version should be different. Like every year, we should be different from the last year. Like my version of 2020 should be different from the 2021 Samya. And the 2021, whatever I'm closing down, like the balance sheet we close. So our life account, what we close at December 2021, should be very much different from the 2022. That is my target. So that makes me take a lot of certification, lot of courses, lot of education and degrees. So my personal thinking is like you might have heard our personality actually becomes what we the books we read and the people we met, right? So
Yes.
this all like I have done in past so many years is to get that environment, because I was not having an environment, as you mentioned in my
True.
profile. I was not having any mentor, I was not having any environment. There was no family business we were having, so my family was not
Hmm.
into the business. So like coming from the daily earning family, like a salaried person's family, and then going into the complete business mindset and taking so many risks, having that patience of failures. So this all things I have learned with these courses only. So if I see myself,
Hmm.
what I was doing in 2010, it's very different from the 2022, because I have changed so much, so much, so many things. I personally know that I have changed. So
Yeah.
this learning is very much important for me. First of all, like every year, I look for like, okay, this course I have completed. Now what? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
personally think that books, whatever I have read the books, I am a summation of those books, and the people I have met
Hmm.
that made me whatever I am today. So I do this course to meet these people, to get that environment, because I was not having that environment. I'm not coming from that environment. So I am looking for that
Hmm.
environment of people, the successful females, successful people, and successful what that lobby thinks. So when we go in that
Hmm.
lobby, then only we will understand the way of working. Okay, if you're
Yeah.
facing a loss, that is not an issue. Take another chance. So that lobby I was not belonging to, but I have learned from these
Hmm.
people. So every year I search for the new opportunity, even for self improvement for business. So
Yeah.
for taking this course, like as you asked, like what made me take this course of IM, the truly speaking, the most important thing is IM. So I have not thought
Yeah,
anything else.
yeah,
It was a dream, like when I was in 12th standard. So, when I was searching for like what to do next, so that time IM was like a dream. Like for me, there's so much fees. That time we were financially very down. So paying so much fees, reaching out there, or like it was just a name, like a moon we were seeing IM. So it's
yeah.
unreachable thing. So for this course, actually, I have not thought anything else. Just a name IM was
Mm,
sufficient for me to enroll for that course. This is the
mm,
complete truth. Actually, I have not even read what they will be giving us back, how much time it takes, like how much involvement it needs from my side, how much commitment I have to give, because they were
yeah.
having a lot of commitment when we were enrolling. As luckily, I got my course in COVID. Otherwise, we have to
Mm.
give 15 days in Bangalore for attending the
Oh,
whole class. Yeah, but I got in
okay.
COVID, so I had done an online course. So,
Mm,
that environment of like as I am, they select 100 females from the one country. Like
yeah,
for India, they have selected the 100 females, and they work on the empowerment of like females for like a business, like how they can
yeah,
increase and grow their business. So that course, first of all, given me a lot of learning. Apart from the learning, that environment again, what I search for. So
yeah.
wonderful 100 females who are having a like a very good businesses. And the one thing I learned from those females that everyone is having the same problems, though we were in different
Mm,
industries, we were in very
yeah,
different industries, but the same problem of employees, same problems of profit and loss, same problem of accounts, same problem. We all were facing the same problem. So that is what the best part I have seen. Like I was thinking कि only I am facing this problem. I don't know this and that,
mm,
but everyone was on the same platform, whether they were in very different industries. So this is what about
mm,
the Pullman search. And this is a very wonderful program. Actually, every female should at least try to enroll themselves. It's a tedious process of selection, but at least we should involve in that enrollment process. We will learn a lot of things.
mm. Okay, great. Just a reminder for those of you who are watching us on Instagram or on Facebook, let us know in the chat how you are finding the conversation. Is there anything in particular you loved hearing about? Is there anything in particular that it was very inspirational for you? Put it in the chat. I am looking in the chat box as well. And if there are any questions or anything that you would like to share about your journey, what your journey has been, feel free to share that in the comments as well. So, as we come to the close, of our conversation, Samya, if you were, if you had the chance, my last question to you is if you had the chance and there was maybe one advice, or it could be two advice that you could give to your 18-year-old self, what would that be?
Um, for that, actually, at my age of 18, my biggest challenge was I was not having any mentor. So, like, I
Mm,
was completely blank. Like, that 15 to 20 years of our age is a very crucial age to select a career. But my problem
mm,
was I was not having any mentor. So, I was just like a random child searching here and there, like what to do, this much percentage I am having, in what I can take an
mm,
admission, like asking a family members who are not having any experience of any proper profession. So I messed up my education life a lot, like doing so many different things. If you see my profile, so people will ask like, why you have done that? Acha, you have done that. Then why you have shifted to this? So there are so
mm,
many different things in my career I have done because I was not having a mentor. So for if
mm,
I want to give a advice to myself or anyone who is watching under that age, So that is a main thing, that we should have a mentor. We should ask a proper people. We should have that
Mm,
goal set at that age only, that what we want to become actually. So somehow, like
mm,
doing so many different things, I reached here. But I always think if I would have a proper guide or a mentor, so I might have done this journey even before, or maybe I have done a lot more in my education and career. I don't have to waste so many years here and there. So I wasted my lot of
mm.
educational year doing so many different things. That is what actually I would see when I see myself at like my that age.
Hmm. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for inspiring, being an inspirational women leader. And anything else that you would want to share? I don't see any comments. So in case there are, I'll tag you and you can respond to that. But I think I don't see on Instagram. I don't see any comments. Anything else that you would like to share before we close the conversation for today?
Yeah, for business women, I would like to share one thing. Even for the males, business is something I would like to give you an example. Like as
Sure.
many females, I can see many females are there, and even for the males, we can consider when female is expecting, female is
Yeah.
pregnant, right? So, like male can consider themselves as a father, and female can feel that as a mother. So, when we are expecting, when we hear about the good news that we are expecting, when I am expecting, so that feeling of having a child is very, very unique. Like we are
Mm.
uh, like having another body inside us. So, that feeling is very
Yes.
different. So that whole month, a 9 month process, we go from different ups and downs. There are nausea, there is vomiting, there are ups and downs. And as a father take care of the like wife in those days, being like doing their job as a father, trying to
Yeah.
give all the facilities, trying to make financially he do the plannings for the future, that in future
Yeah.
one more family member is getting add, so what is the
Mm.
future plan, how he'll be managing the financial aspect. And for the female, it's a very crucial time to take care of herself, not to jump, not to run, so many things she
Mm.
take care of. So there are many
Yeah.
things like eating habits change, there are many physical changes comes, there are many like health issues comes, but patiently
Mm.
we take care of those 9 months. We have to take care of baby, all the problems we have to face. So
Yeah.
these all issues we suffer, and when the delivery time occurs, so it's a
Mm.
very, very difficult time. Like I
Mm.
even get goosebumps now when I think about my delivery time. So it's a very,
Mm.
very dangerous time for the female. Like many emergency even occurs at that time.
Yeah.
But it's a very painful process. I can't even express in word. Every females know that it's a very
Yeah.
painful process. And for male, that time when her wife is delivering, that
Mm.
time for a male or father is also very crucial, because he is in very much tension. Like there should be like he just pray
Yeah.
everything should go smoothly. He get his wife and child safely. That whole process of delivering that time. So after so many difficulties, after so much suffer, pain, when we get that baby in hand, right?
Mm.
When father sees the baby, so should we shout at that baby like you have troubled us so much in 9 months? Should we like get angry on the baby, or we smile? Right? We smile,
We
we laugh.
smile. Yeah.
Then when
Yeah.
mother sees the baby, she forget everything. She had gone through
Mm.
time pain, but she
Yeah.
forget everything. If someone see Bhavna, if in general world, if someone trouble us so much for 9 months, and if we
Yeah.
see that person again, what we will do? We will not
Yeah.
leave
We'll
that
probably.
person.
Yeah. Yeah. Or we want nothing to do with the person.
Yes,
get out of my life.
yes. But the scenario with baby is like we forget everything. We
Yeah,
forget whatever the baby had done, health issues, vomiting, nausea, so
yeah,
many medicine we have to take, the dying delivery pain. We forget everything and we kiss that baby. We love that
mm,
baby. And that
yeah,
pain, we forget the pain. But that pain continues when baby comes to home.
mm,
Sleepless nights, rushing for diapers, rushing for food, and everything
mm,
is mess.
yeah,
So again, but we take care of the baby because it's our
yeah,
baby, right?
yeah,
So I would like to compare this with the business. So
mm,
when business is starting, so there are so many pain, so many troubles, so many like financial issues we face. But we should
yeah,
be patient that this is our baby, this is our business. One day we will get some results out of it. So when we launch
mm,
our business, that is a time of delivery. It's a painful
yeah,
process, but when it's launched, we are very happy that we have made something. We share photos
mm,
on every social media that this is our shop, this is our office, this is our new
yeah,
venture. So we are very happy to announce that. So when we launch that, after that, again the same painful process. The salaries, the
mm,
accounts, the all mess. We don't know
yeah,
this, we don't
yeah.
know this, we
Or,
how to
or
pay
somebody
taxes.
complaining, or
Yeah,
yeah,
so many things. Well, searching for the suppliers, dealers, credit, debit, so many things. So
yeah,
again, it's a painful process. But when baby get independent after 2, 3 years, we feel relaxed. When baby get self-sufficient, we get profit out of it, right? Like
yeah,
we are relaxed now. Baby is growing. We see that baby happily. That baby is growing now.
mm,
Baby is independent. The same way as the business is. So if we will
yeah,
not take care of business like a baby, we will like we have to think like leaving business in between, shutting down
mm,
without sometimes there is a need of shutdown, but we should
yeah,
review every time like where we are going wrong instead of
mm,
taking a business. So for me, the
yeah,
experience of all those years, so many ventures, learning process is like whenever we are is planning to start a business, there or anyone is trying to shift from job to business. 4 years we should
mm,
consider. First year should be like just to pay from your job, like pay from your
okay,
salary to the business.
okay,
First year,
mm,
you should not expect anything. People, what they do, they open a shop, they open a business, and they think within a 6 month they will be getting a returns. It won't be there.
mm,
So first year we should think we have to pay from ourselves. Second year will
mm,
be no profit, no loss. Again, second year business will be taking care of its own expenses, but you will not expect anything back from the business. Third year,
mm,
maybe little bit profit you will see. Maybe little
mm,
bit profit you will see, and fourth year onwards it will grow. So if you have a
mm,
patience for these 3, 4 years, then only go into the business. Otherwise, you have
mm,
done good in your job. Don't lose that.
mm,
People leave the job for the business, but you have
yeah,
done so much in your job, in your career. Don't leave if you don't have patience for these 3, 4 years. This is what my
mm,
final words would be for the people who are watching, for looking for the business opportunities or planning to open a new business or already in business or is struggling. So
mm.
this is what I have learned in my past years.
So thank you. I think very vivid comparison and analogy, and yeah, I think because sometimes we forget, we forget what might have been said, but when we have example or analogies, we'll remember, right? Because it's very visible, or it's very visual. So thank you so much for the conversation, and being such an inspiration, and making it, you might make it sound simple, but clearly anybody who's heard your story today knows that there's been a lot of hard work and grit and blood and sweat into the last 15 years that you really done. So thank you for sharing the story, and thank you for being an inspiration to the women, and continuing to be so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And in case any of you are here, do follow Samiya. This is her account on Instagram. On Facebook, if you're following us, you will see I've tagged her, so you can follow and you can reach out to her in case you want to learn more about her work, or maybe you just want to have her as your mentor, because Samiya does mentor a lot of students, and I'm sure a lot of women also come to her. So
Yes. For
they
any
can
business
reach out.
who is looking for like guidance, who is looking for like, see what I can do is what I have gone through. I can help you out not to do the same mistake. This is what I can do.
Yeah.
So, like, I can help you out. Whoever is willing to get in touch with me, I'm always available. As I say, you're not you're not taking my time. You're my team. So for every person
Mhm.
who is coming into my life is my team. So I have time for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. And Samya is based out of Bombay. And if you want, or if you want to know about her experience in the Goldman Sachs program or any of the other certifications you've done, like she said, she's a great resource and a wonderful person to reach out to. And because she's gone through it herself, she knows the importance of mentoring. So thank you so much, Samya. And Instagram, we will see you. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience.
Thank you. Bye.
And those of you on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you again on with the last guest on Buddhas and Amits. So thank you so, so much. I'm just going to stop the live stream.